Have you seen this? German Expressionism with an 80s kitsch aesthetic.
Welcome to Have You Seen This?
The world's only podcast about obscure, overlooked, and misbegotten media.
All discussions will be spoiler heavy.
You have been warned.
This show would not be possible without the support of our patrons. If you would like to support our show, join us at patreon.com/haveyouseenthis. Patrons get the show a week early, and $5 supporters also get access to our Discord. Or you can tip us at our Ko-fi. Visit the link in the show notes. And lots of fluids.
Yeah, continuing the theme of women on the edge of a nervous breakdown after covering The Tourist. I don't know how many more hysterical women movies we're going to cover now. We should have an expert on to talk about this. A hysterical woman herself, Bitter Karella.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Oh, shoot. I thought we'd booked Kirla Janice.
I get them confused all the time.
It's an honest mistake.
Yes, true.
I'm here to talk about some cuckoo bananas ladies. Here in my wandering uterus. It's all over the place. Whoa, it's wandered so far I don't even have it.
It just wandered right out the door.
Yeah. This is what happens when women get horny. It's bad.
Yeah, it's been a problem throughout the ages that we've been trying to keep a cap on.
Measures must be taken.
Yes.
Quick aside here, I am playing Hurt tonight. I'm recovering from a absolutely obliterating muscle spasm. So
I'm playing the video for Johnny Cash's Hurt.
That was very helpful, Tim. Thank you.
We're talking about 1989's Dr. Caligari, not the German Expressionist movie, the sexually frustrated one.
And have we all seen the original Cabinet of Dr. Caligari?
I have seen both of the Caligaris. And
Yes.
In fact, I've seen multiple versions of the original Cabinet of Dr. Caligari to distinguish it from the 80s version. The 80s version is just called Dr. Caligari. The original is the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Get it right. Yeah.
Yeah, and the original is actually pretty sick. Like, there's cool stuff in it.
I saw that at Cinefamily back when it was the silent movie theater with live organ accompaniment.
Oh, back when that building was only mildly cursed.
Right, yeah. I don't think anyone had been cornered in the projectionist room at some point yet.
No, just murdered at the snack counter.
Whatever.
I saw this one for the first time in Enigma, so...
Oh.
This version? The 1989
No, the original
one?
1920s.
Oh, the original. Yeah, because I was going to say, that was a little advanced for our college social club.
Dr. Caligari 1989 would be too cool for Enigma. They wouldn't dare
That's
show
true.
this movie.
This movie is a lot.
Yes. It's a feast for the eyes. A movie that understands the need for spectacle.
But on a budget.
Shot exclusively on a soundstage just north of Anaheim.
Yeah, in Fullerton, which is a hilarious place to shoot a movie. But they do a great job because there's a lot of really inventive, kind of freaky production design, like good costuming, etc. I would kind of put this movie in the category with things like Forbidden Zone, where it's like crazy DIY sets and like untrained actors going balls out.
Yeah, very dreamlike aesthetic. Because, in the list of movies that this called to mind, of course, Jen, I thought of your favorite Flesh for Frankenstein. I thought of another movie that we covered previously, Blood Diner, although I wasn't there for that. But yeah, definitely Forbidden Zone. It has stylistic elements reminiscent of like Devo, Pee-wee's Playhouse, Beetlejuice, Ren and Stimpy. It is a lot.
That's a good way to sum it up.
It is 1989.
Yeah.
It's the end of the 80s, just before the decade was going extinct. It produced like the Belucatherium of 80s cinema, and that is Dr. Caligari. It's everything from the decade.
Yeah, 80s was really firing on all cylinders at that point.
Yeah.
Now, an interesting thing about this is that, I would...
Nothing, sorry.
Actually, it's really boring and it sucked. I'm done.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I get the director's name right because I would never, ever want to disrespect an Armenian.
Yeah, they remember.
You'll be persona non grata in Glendale if that happens.
Yeah, and we can't have that. So, the first interesting thing about this movie is that this was co-written and directed by Steven Sayadian. Sayadian.
Close.
How would you say it, Tim? I'm fucking up.
My good friend Steve.
Yeah, you know what? That's good enough actually. But yeah, this was directed and co-written by Steven Sayadian, who was a multimedia artist. He also did before this a couple of films kind of in the same vein, Night Dreams and Cafe Flesh, I want to say. Mm-hmm. Just also like weird psychosexual kind of dreamscapes. But the co-writer is Jerry Stahl, who surely Mike is familiar with because he loves Alf so much, and Jerry Stahl wrote for the TV show Alf.
Alf also very psychosexual.
Yeah.
I mean,
he is a sensual hog.
Yeah. We've seen the pictures on Blue Sky. I mean, he's an alien who has an unending desire to eat pussy.
Yeah. He's all like, before we get up for that final fuck, I want you to know, I'll be right back.
I kill me. Ha!
It's so funny that they couldn't do like eating pussy jokes on that show because it was network TV. But anyway,
right.
So apologies to Jerry Stahl because I'm kind of burying the lead by saying like, oh yeah, he wrote for Alf. Probably best known for his memoir, Permanent Midnight.
About when he wrote for Alf.
I'm sure Alf is in there. I don't know. It's just like a feeling I have. But
okay, not the Agatha Christie novel.
But he did a lot of TV, like 30-something, Moonlighting. He famously blew a chance to work on Twin Peaks by turning in an unfinished script. And that's like, wow, he's just like me for real. You know, blowing like massive career opportunities just by being... like,
please, Jen, those days are behind
totally
you.
Totally irresponsible. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
I believe in you.
He also, and here's another Karella connection with a K. Jerry Stahl famously wrote the furries episode of CSI.
Oh, well.
How much research went into that?
Well, not enough, let me tell you, because I was on the internet within minutes registering my displeasure. Those fursuits did pathetic, terrible. Not just they look like mascot costumes, and everyone was real mad. All the furries were real mad at that episode. And the next week they did the clown sex episode, and boy, were the clown sex people mad about that.
I mean, really, if you can't get a fursuit that looks like it was from Lichen Colony, I mean, that's really state of the art.
Yeah. But you know, Jerry Stahl, it's good that he's getting work.
Yeah, it's good that they're throwing him a bone.
Yeah, well, he is
like you would an anthropomorphic cartoon dog.
Yeah.
I mean, like he has, as well as his television work, he's written several novels, memoirs, etc. And one thing that occurred to me after having watched this movie a couple times and looking at his kind of biography is that early on he had a job with Hustler, basically writing like dirty material for that magazine. I think he also might have written some of the fake letters in Penthouse.
Wait, what the what letters in Penthouse?
Oh, Tim, we'll talk about it afterward.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'm sorry, Tim. I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
Oh, no. I thought I was just a loser nothing interesting happened to.
It just hit me that that Penthouse letters would have been the r/am I the asshole of its time, because like r/am I the asshole, they're like 97% fake.
I mean, the embarrassing letters in Teen Vogue are true, though, right? Like, those are real.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah, print is dead anyway. But yeah, so he has a lot of...
It's all podcasts now.
Right. He has...
That's all people talk about.
Like I was saying, Stahl had a lot of erotic writing under his belt, if you will, which I think dovetailed nicely into this movie because there is a hell of a lot of dirty talk.
Yeah, it's really chockers with a lot of the... just very stilted, direct, erotic dialogue. Because
It's kind of like Crash.
yeah, uh, even taking notes on it, the movie is it kind of defies description. Just to say this happened, then that happened, really doesn't capture the essence of the movie.
No,
True.
no.
Yeah.
Um, well, yeah, it's like when you said earlier that this is 1920s like German expressionism in 1989. That's basically what it is. Not only with the the heightened artificiality of the sets, and but
Hmm.
also with the Brechtian distancing quality of the acting. The characters don't really talk to each other, rather they talk at each other, and mostly
Hmm.
talk at the screen and
Yeah.
the viewer. So the whole thing is a very discombobulating experience, which I am sure is done on purpose. I'm not like to say that this is like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. It's all on purpose. I
Yeah,
mean,
it is all performative. Like we aren't at any point expected to take these characters at like face value as like,
Hmm.
oh, this is a very believable performance. Like, no, this is a an archetype or a character that represents something that is being conveyed to the viewer, sometimes overtly, sometimes beating them over the head with it, or slapping them in the face with it. Uh,
Beating you off with it.
right,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
It's high camp,
yeah,
you
it is
know.
all deliberate. But yeah, we get some very choice words and phrases here: erotic trauma, nympholepsy. Um, let's see, someone getting pumped up with enough estrogen to give Jimmy Stewart curves. Um, if you're talking about orgasms, I ran out of fingers. Um, yeah, just there's a lot of just great little speeches in here, little quips, because the movie is really about. Well, I guess it starts off by was it Eleanor? Eleanor is sexually frustrated in her marriage to Les Van Houten.
Yes.
Millhouse's dad.
Yes. She got committed to an asylum because she just couldn't take like getting fucked badly drove her insane, I guess.
It happens to a lot of women.
Yeah,
I That's
yeah.
what I hear. Yeah. So she was in Dr. Caligari's care, was released as cured, but now she's acting up again, and that's sort of the inciting incident. That's the I don't want to say climax. It is the something stirs in this woman that sets things
It's the
off.
foreplay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, and this is presented as it's sort of a quasi sequel to the
mhm.
original Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. The only real connection is that the titular character is the granddaughter of the Dr. Caligari in the original movie.
Still at it. Yeah.
yep, yep.
It does take aspects of that film, themes of somnambulism,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like the heightened atmosphere and the unrealistic sets and all the German expressionist trappings, but like with day glow
Mm.
added.
Yeah. There's a lot of like sort of like kitsch architecture. There are these distorted doors everywhere. There's barbed wire. It is
Toxic waste.
Yeah, it is at no point ever hiding the fact that yes, this was shot in like a black box theater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like
So there's like a thread of connection to it, but it's definitely taking that original source and really cranking up the dial because like this movie isn't for children.
Yeah. I mean, the
well,
thing is, if you
very
have a
horny
limited,
children at least.
well, yeah, if you have a limited budget, which I assume they did, because this is what like an independent art house feature type thing, it makes sense to do like, well, let's play up the artificiality of it, so that let's make an art house film,
Yeah,
and
just go with it.
yeah, go with it. Everything about this is kind of like. Even though it is, yeah, like you said, you can tell it's all sets, it's all janky. I like the sheer amount of work they put in, like in scenes where like someone has to like leave a scene, they don't just walk off, they just get like they kind of glide away. You can tell that they're
Yeah.
being pulled on a little wagon, and it's like, okay, just little details like that where it's like you didn't have to do that, but like we're really committed to the bit of
Yeah.
just making this as weird and off-putting as possible.
It's
um
yeah, it's really stripped down in terms of what it presents because anything that isn't important to the scene isn't even like shown. They didn't even bother to dress the set with things that aren't important. It's like this scene is about two people having coffee, and it's like, well, we have a coffee table, we have coffee, and we have a door, and that's about it because anything else is superfluous to it. It is kind of the antithesis of the bane of low budget, non-director made movies, which is scenes of driving and parking. Like this is the antithesis of that, where it's the director saying, I don't want to waste any time showing someone walking on and off screen. Just like put them there and then pull them out when they're done. We don't need any of this walking around business.
It's a zippy 78 minutes.
Yeah,
which is good because this is a sort of thing where the plot really does not matter. Because it's like, hey, you want to see a bunch of crazy crap? Come on, come see this. And too much any longer, and it would start to drag. This is a movie, like, I saw this when I was in my early 20s, and I just thought this was the fucking kookiest thing I'd ever seen. And I was like, I love this fucking bullshit. Just because, there's so much happening on screen at all times. It's like, it is a movie that understands the pleasure of the gaze. And watching it a little now, it's interesting because I'm like, there's not as much on screen as I thought. Apparently, they just they suggest areas, and then it's all filled in by the theater of your imagination, which is very cool too. So it's like, see, they did it.
Yeah. And you're right about it being a short movie, and having it be any longer, it would drag. And not only that, 78 minutes is great because, like I said, like the movie is packed with just everything. So I kind of feel like I was like eating a bowl of candy throughout the entire run of the movie, and by the end of it, you're like, I don't feel so good, just because it is that it's that, I don't know, intense, but not, or I don't know, maybe that overwhelming. It isn't intense in the way that like a thriller might be, or something that is very like tension filled. But just
Tim,
that you
eating a bowl of candy in an evening just sounds like a regular night for you, though.
Yeah, but say that like you put a bowl of like gummy worms or something in front of me, and I just had to eat that for 78 minutes. All right, for the purposes of the story, Mike, just pretend that I'm a fat chick.
Okay, I'm picturing this in my head.
So, and just got to keep eating, just kind of just munching down on this chewy candy.
What are you wearing in this analogy?
Oh, it's sweats and a shirt that doesn't fit me so well. I'm a real gross slob. But then this fruit pie is brought out to me. Am I just writing porn for Mike right now?
Keep going.
Yeah. Okay, so I put my hand in this.
Carella's like, don't stop! God damn you!
Yeah, this bowl of pudding. But I don't have a spoon, so just have to lick it off my fingers, and I'm so ashamed. But I can't stop.
Okay, that's good. I'm done now.
All right, good. All right. So yes, the movie does sort of infuse that sort of perversion into its viewers, I guess.
Well, this is a movie that, like Tim said, it's a lot, and by the end, you're getting a little like, I'm glad we're getting to the end now. There's really no anchor in it. There's nothing to really, there's not a lot to really get you invested because it is so clearly like a goof. Every aspect of this film is just okay. It's
really in the moment.
Yes. It is, it's interesting because it is clearly a pretentious art film, but at the same time, just a parody of a pretentious art film.
Yeah, it's a rollicking pretentious art film. We're like, yes, give me more of this. Because I mean, really, like by the end of it, despite being like overwhelmed and kind of queasy at it, I'm like, yes, I love movies. This is fantastic. Give me more of this.
Yeah, it's nice that's the thing, is like, it's watching it, you're like, oh, I like that they made a movie that reflects, a vision. You don't get that anymore. Nowadays, the film, you go to see the movies and it's like, oh yeah, well, that was,
it looks like a movie.
It's like, oh, I love watching this 3-hour MasterCard commercial, and it costs you $50 to go into the theater, and that's not
counting food.
Yeah, and then you sit there for like 4 hours, and
it's just like
because
everything.
There's 30 minutes of ads up front.
Everything in a conventional movie, like, it looks like stuff that you recognize. People talk the way normal people talk and look the way normal people look. And no one really kind of gets out of their lane. No one does anything really weird or unexpected or expresses and a thought or an impulse that is maybe untoward or unapproving.
There's no cannibalism, in other words.
Right, yeah. At no point does anyone gleefully recount the time that they killed and ate a woman. Oh yeah, that's in this movie.
I noticed that I was thinking back on our episodes, and it occurs to me that we tend to have Karella on for movies involving cannibalism, because we did. Although, Karella, would you say that Eat and Run counts as a movie about cannibalism? Because technically that's an alien eating people.
Well, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is vor. That's different.
Yeah, technically it's vor, but like I would count it for all intents and purposes. It's a cannibal movie.
I would say that Karella is always on hand for movies about disordered eating.
But yeah, it's my favorite thing. There's not the cannibalism in this movie is mostly off screen. I don't think we actually we don't see any actual we know the guy.
It's not a very bloody movie.
No,
it's a disturbing and weird movie, but it isn't like a gore fest, because Dr. Caligari, who we realize by the end of the movie, not a good person. Dr. Caligari has her own like kind of coterie of patients at this insane asylum that she kind of has free reign of. Like, there's a director, but he's like, no, she's doing good work. Just let her cook, man. Like, to use the internet parlance. Even though like his two like nepo babies, like his daughter and his son-in-law, are like, Dr. Caligari is completely unhinged and doing like unethical, unconventional things. I don't know if you've heard about this about Mad Scientist before. But yeah, that's the sort of thing that she's doing. And amongst those things, she is maybe like quote unquote torturing this guy Pratt, because Pratt is a cannibal and a masochist. And she has him in an electric chair, and she's like, okay, well, we're going to give you like electroshock therapy to maybe cure you, maybe, or not, or just for the hell of it. And he's like Albert Fish, like he's got like needles in his ass because he wants him to like conduct electricity better. And while he's in the chair, he's like me telling a story to Karella about a fat chick who shamelessly eats an entire bowl of pudding, where he's gleefully recounting the story of the first time that he killed and ate a runaway and like turned her into a stew. It's sort of like if Silence of the Lambs was about Migs. You'd have Dr. Caligari.
Oh man, yeah. He even looks like Miggs now that you mention it.
Yeah, it's got big Miggs energy.
Big Mig energy. Big Mig energy.
Yeah.
He kills someone as she was reading Watchtower, I think he says.
He hit her over the head with a bottle of ketchup. And maybe there's some kind of like violence eating crossed wires situation there.
Yeah. Or just a deep resentment towards Jehovah's Witnesses.
I mean, you know.
Who amongst us?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's basically, Caligari, her two main patients are the cannibal serial killer and the sexually frustrated housewife, which, so she really runs the gamut in psychology. She treats them all. And the main plot of the movie is she's got those two, and she switches their adrenochrome. So, actually, no, she takes the adrenochrome from the sexually frustrated housewife, puts it into two different guys. She puts it into the cannibal, and she puts it into the museum director. And it turns the cannibal gay, but it turns the museum director trans. So
yeah. So the movie is, I guess, following the premise that better living through chemistry, which they do have on a cheaply made sign. The idea that I don't know, chemicals can somehow rewrite your brain and cause you to behave in a different way. Perhaps if you were given a large enough dose of hormones, you might be able to. How does Dr. Caligari put it? It must be wonderful to be reborn the same creature but different in every way.
Yes.
Damn,
this
what a
movie
concept!
Is packed with gender.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff in this movie where I was like, oh, I don't remember this when I saw it at 20, and now I'm like, oh.
Yeah. You're like, oh, you just look down and you're like, why am I dressed like a Japanese maid? Now it makes sense.
Why is this movie murdering me? But you know, she does it, because she puts a little like a little thing on your forehead so that she can stick the needle in there and suck out the goo. And
Cannulation,
then,
she calls it.
yes. I don't think it's ever established what the purpose of any of her experiments are, but it doesn't really matter. The point is that like weird shit is happening, and it's entertaining.
Well, this is what
kind of like. I think she was kind of like Dr. Mengele, where it's like, hey, I have free reign to do this shit, so I'm gonna do it.
That's what the two Nepo babies were so concerned with. Because they're like, hey, she's doing stuff that is unethical and unconventional, and she must be stopped. But again, the director's just like, no, just she's working towards something. Just let her do her thing. And then for that, he gets, forcibly turned into a transvestite.
Yeah, he gets force femmed.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
And you gotta love this actor because he gives it his all. He is not afraid to just go like full Marilyn Monroe.
Well, when we're reintroduced to him after his after he gets his adrenochrome swapped with the libidinous housewife, it is a scene of, oh God, I forgot her name, but the daughter of the director comes in to confront Dr. Caligari, and she's like at her lab bench, sitting in a chair with one leg up. And there's the director just like, you don't see it, but he's just like going to town on her.
Yeah. And the thing is that you just see like the blonde wig like just bobbling around.
Yeah.
You don't see who's actually eating out Dr. Caligari until there's like a reveal later on in the scene, which is kind of awesome.
Yeah, a fearless performance by the old man as a beautiful young lady. Now Babs is what he...
Babs, yeah.
Yes.
We're not going to dead name Babs.
Big respect to Babs.
I do not remember what actually the character's name was previously in this movie. So
it's not important because he's kind of a non-character in the same way that Les Van Houten is a non-character, because they as squares, because it's established in his relation in Les Van Houten's relationship with his wife Eleanor, that Eleanor just is not getting the good dicking, because Van Houten is a God-fearing churchgoer and like a CPA.
He's just bourgeois.
And you know that he does not fuck.
No, he looks like a cross between David Byrne and David Tennant. With corresponding neuroticism.
Yeah, because even when he talks to Dr. Caligari about, hey, you didn't fix my wife. So she's like, yeah, your wife is having some kind of sex fit. And he's like, oh, well, what do I tell Blue Cross? Like, that is the level of his concerns. It's very, very mundane, sort of functionary, suburban bullshit.
He's a real pill.
And I have to say, this is one of those movies, kind of like when we talked about a while back, Singapore Sling, where I'm not sure exactly what the filmmakers are getting at, but it kind of doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, like Singapore Sling, like, my same point there stands here, where it's like, if you just put like a drop of this movie in a conventional movie, people are going to be like, holy shit, what was that?
Right.
But it's like, you are not ready for like the unfiltered syrup that is Dr. Caligari.
Right. Yeah, because Tim and I have, and I think Karella as well, we've all had our brains like thoroughly cooked by the kind of media that we consume. So, I mean, and
200
we're like
something episodes, yes.
Yeah, like we're so depraved at this point that, we'll watch a movie which is like objectively bad, but get like excited about it. Like, and there have been a few of those in our catalog of episodes. This is not a bad movie. It is a strange movie. I mean,
right there, like, why should those be incompatible? It is a great movie. It is a strange movie.
Yeah.
I forget which of our fans I was, conversing with, but they had made the point that it's like, yeah, just give me something different. Like, just show me something weird.
Yeah, 100%. And full disclosure, I watched this movie in the last couple of days twice. Once completely stone cold sober, and once just like absolutely baked.
just to
And
get off to properly.
well, both times were extremely enjoyable. So, that's solid. It's not the kind of thing where like, well, you got to be high when you see it, but and a lot of the aspects of this movie are like so just delightful to me. Just like, oh, this is the kind. It's like it's like how Karella will describe Nothing But Trouble as like the movie that was made for me. Like hardly anyone really likes this movie, but the people who really plug into it are like, this is amazing. It's not good, but it's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
This movie is kind of similar, where it's like it's so stylized and stilted, and it is such a strange hodgepodge of sexual and vaguely satirical themes that if you were to ask me straight out, Jen, like what do you think the thesis of this movie is? I'd be like, I don't fucking know. Like, a chick makes out with a huge tongue. Like, what else do you need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Curly, you were going to say something.
Oh, I was going to say, actually, I'm going to say something a little controversial about the themes of this film.
That's why we have you on.
Yeah. Well, we're a good half hour in. I guess it's okay.
It's okay, because here's my...
We're
You can't get a
desperate to get
refund now.
canceled because it would mean that people were actually paying attention to us for once.
No one commented on our turn on episode.
I know.
Oh,
I could tell
really?
how mad you were.
How can people not get turned on? Because I listened to the turn on episode, and I immediately was like, I need to see this thing. And I watched it, and I was like, okay.
I need to not listen to my impulses now. I should not have seen that.
So what I'm impressed about Turn On, sorry, I'm talking about Turn On now, but we're doing the Turn On thing where halfway through this episode we're going to switch to a different thing. Caligari is canceled. It's now the Turn On episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to just say a little thought Turn On is I was like, when you mentioned that people really hated Turn On, and I was like, how is it possible that in a world, in a country, in a time when people thought Laugh-In was hysterically funny, a show that consists entirely of throwing a pie in a guy's face and then he says, "Sock it to me," they thought that was hysterical, and yet this other show apparently was not funny, and I'm like, I don't believe that anything would not be funny to these people. These people clearly are hogs. And then I watched Turn On, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that is worse. That is substantially worse.
Yeah, my mea culpa.
Yeah.
It really is the kind of thing where, to truly understand how wretched it is, you have to see it for yourself. And I would never recommend that, because most of us have much better things to do with our time. But like I was saying earlier, Tim and I are very sick people, which is probably why we both really like this movie.
Now, did either of you... Sorry about Turn On. I got to say one more thing about Turn On. Did you guys watch to the end of the Turn On episode? The full episode?
Yeah, I watched the entire thing.
Yes.
Okay, because I watched the entire thing, and at the end, suddenly they're there's this commercial for Lemon Whistle, and I 100% could not tell if that was a skit or an actual commercial because it was just as funny as everything else that had happened in it.
Yeah.
Which
it was
is
a
to
show
say
written
not
by
at all.
admin. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to look up to find out that Lemon, because I was saying it's really weird, and my wife was like, "Are you sure that wasn't a skit?" Maybe it was. Is Lemon Whistle real? And I had to look
polished.
it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I had to look it up to convince myself that Lemon Whistle is a real product that exists, and therefore that was an actual commercial and not another terrible Turn On.
Your brain really was cooked by that point.
It
You're I don't know what's real and what isn't.
Also, they had that weird cat puppet that came from Too Many Chefs was in it. That was weird. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway.
The cat puppet was the only thing I liked about Turn On. I hated literally everything else about it. I liked the cat puppet.
Did you not like the body politique? Oh, she was so funny and sexy when she said things.
Rare.
She did seem like a nice lady.
Yeah, usually you get neither of those.
I know, but I like when she's there, and it's what if a woman with a slightly exposed maybe a
what if an attractive woman spoke in complete sentences?
Yeah, and she says, well, if the opposite of pro is con, what's the opposite of Congress? It's like that's the sort of shit she's saying. And it's this sucks. Okay,
use
Dr.
that in your
Caligari.
improv class. Okay, yeah, people have finished fast forwarding.
Okay, so Caligari, this is like turn on. It's rather frenetic, but not nearly as bad. There's thematic consistency here, so at
Mhm.
least you're getting it. But I was saying my theory on Dr. Caligari and the themes of this movie is I hate to say I hesitate to say that obviously everything is political as they say, but
I've
I do
heard
not
such things.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like to say it on the internet. I do not believe this film was actually made with any coherent theme or message in mind. I might be wrong on this, but I believe 100% they were like, we got some wacky sets. It'd be really cool if we can make a 20s expressionist type film,
Hmm.
and they did. And I think it's entirely made for the spectacle, and anything else you might get out of it is not intentional on the filmmaker's part. I still love this film. In fact, I like it because I look at it and I'm like, I like that I watch it and I'm like, oh, I like it that it's not political, and they didn't put any of that wokeism in it.
Yeah, no politics in this. It's good.
Yeah. Um, but I do feel like this is basically like in the 1980s, around the same time, 1989, they
Hmm.
had this thing on Saturday Night Live. Mike Myers did this skit called Sprockets, and where
Yeah,
he's
sure
like,
thing, Grandpa.
yeah, no, this was a real thing. He played
Mm.
this pretentious German artist type guy who
Dieter.
had like a pretentious German TV show
I
where he
don't think
talked
that it's
about
pretentious. I
artists.
think that it is a perfectly normal German TV show.
Well, for Germany,
Yes,
yes.
yeah.
But this was done for the American audience, so it's like
Hmm.
let's look at those. Let's really sock it to those Germans.
Yeah.
They've
Can
had
you
it too
believe
good
they
for
don't
too
even
long.
speak English there in Germany?
I mean,
Weird.
let's just say they've done a few things in their time. Those Germans.
Well, that was
Um,
back when Mike Myers could literally do whatever he wanted.
yes, and he
Like,
didn't make a Sprockets movie. He didn't want to do that.
I think there were attempts to make one, but it
Yeah.
didn't come, and it might have to do with like his reputation for being difficult or whatever. Like, I
Well,
don't know.
I
I would
Oh,
have to
because he
reread
stays
up
in
about it.
character the whole time.
Well, I think Mike Myers was saying like, no, I have too much artistic integrity to do the Sprockets movie. I want to
Yeah,
do Love Guru instead.
I
And
wanna
right. Yeah.
do,
so,
like-
As an SNL alum, I don't want to stretch a premise way past the point it stops being funny.
He was like, "I'm Mike Myers. I've seen the inferior material that Peter Sellers produced during his career, and I believe I could produce something far, far inferior."
He
And
said
so
challenge
he did.
accepted. Yeah, he saw the Casino Royale and said, I think I can do worse than that.
I think I can make a movie less fucking funny than Casino Royale.
Right, yeah. We're talking about Dr. Caligari at some point.
yes. Well, my point was, I feel like that if they made the Sprockets movie, it would kind of be Dr. Caligari. It would be.
I don't know. I mean,
that
I
sort of
think
thing.
that even if you're saying that like this isn't political and it doesn't have a through line, I think that it's the quality of the material that carries it through, just in its sheer weirdness and its sheer uncompromising way that it presents itself. It's sort of like, people talk a lot about like things at the time like that were funny. Maybe like jokes and turn on that might have been funny at the time that people are like, oh, you can't say that now. But it's like, I think that good material endures. Like, I think it is timeless, even if it's inappropriate. Where like there's some jokes that are just like mean and offensive, and like they were then and they are now. But there's some jokes that are like, that joke is terrible, but it's also hilarious. And I think that it's kind of the same thing that we're seeing with Dr. Caligari, where maybe the material doesn't have a through line, maybe it doesn't have like a coherent narrative to it, but that it is so strongly whatever the hell it is. That is
Yes.
those are the merits that it succeeds by. And part of what I enjoyed about watching this movie, not being as much of a weirdo as Karella is, and her ilk, I am watching it going,
Those people.
yes, those kinds of people. I'm certainly identifying more with the Van Houten character in this. But I'm watching this and I'm like, goodness gracious me, we need to have more weirdos making content because this is great.
Yes.
Just to be like tuned into whatever the hell this person has going on in their mind that I am not normally a party to, it's refreshing.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's the whole point of of great art. You're going to go see something that you couldn't have made yourself.
Yeah. And
And
it's great to see, like, because Pratt, there's the whole like forced femme thing. There's like kind of the dominatrix nature of Dr. Caligari. There are all these like weird sexual proclivities throughout the whole movie, and I am really responding to people who are marginalized in whatever reason, just expressing this thing that they just can't like say outright, this thing that they aren't free to express, but it comes out all warped and twisted. And that's how you get things like Dr. Caligari, because they aren't allowed to just be themselves. And so it comes out in this really like frustrated, oblique way. And that's how you get great art like this.
See, that's why you're not getting anything like that. That's why today you don't have any great art, because they're just going to say the thing. They're going to on the screen. They're going to be like, here's my problem, and go to therapy.
Yeah, it is what America Ferrer being like, oh, it's so tough to be a woman. Oh, they want you to be two different things.
Yeah, and
in the Barbie movie.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, and in the audience, I'm like, good, I learned something.
Yeah, it's like that's true. That's true.
Yeah. It's like, wow. It's so real. More movies like this, please. More movies like this.
Right.
But Caligari is a little more, it's a little more oblique. Whatever mania was going on, it does not lend itself to easy interpretation. And even if there's nothing, even if there isn't anything going on like I suspected, it gives you so much to work with that it's almost like an ink blot. It's like it's just an ink blot, but what's really important is what you bring to it.
Yeah, it's a give and take.
This ink blot looks like perky titties to me.
There's a lot of nice titties in this movie, by the way.
There's also a pair of like just drastically elongated titties, like Dr. Seuss drew them.
Yeah, I am not a fan of that. I'm usually, and I'm going to go on the record here. When they were like, "Oh, Dr. Caligari gave her big tits," I'm like, "Okay, I'm down with this."
Let's see these big tits. Like, oh, they're 2 feet long. Those kind of big tits.
I'm like Homer with the beer. I guess it's big.
But if you want to talk about body dysmorphia, she was helping along a woman to become her idealized self. And
yes, that's true. The long titty woman is very excited about this development. So.
Yeah, and that's the other thing that they kind of touch on, because, like Jen's saying, the movie gives you a lot to work with, a lot of different pieces that you can kind of assemble in your own head to be like, as someone who already is primed to see things like this, of course, these two abstract stimuli are, obviously the things that I believe them to be, like a Rorschach ink blot. It is alluded to when, Dr. Caligari is doing her experiments on her sort of resident inmates of the asylum, where the question's kind of raised, like, is she really hurting them if they are there to be hurt? Because is it torture if she's, zapping Pratt in the electric chair because that's what he gets off on? Is she, mutilating the woman to give her these elongated tits? Who's to say? Is she like abetting these people's psychoses, or is she enabling, them to be, their authentic selves?
Oh, wow. Actually, that's a good point. And the director was right the whole time to let her cook, because it turns out she's actually doing much more. She's doing so much more for these people than the Nepo babies realize. And the Nepo babies are mostly concerned with appearances rather than curing patients. And that's why, that's why you get these two Nepo babies who kind of finish each other's sentences and do that weird. Oh, isn't it? There's that weird bit where they're like asleep. They're in bed together and they're just lying there, like
just
with their
totally
arms by their
sexless
sides.
in bed together. Yeah, the only thing that they really share, or I don't know, the only vice that they engage in is they are constantly smoking.
Yes,
legalized drug.
There is a nice bit like that. Everyone in this movie smokes, and it's great when like hands will come from off stage and place cigarettes in their hands sometimes.
I feel like the people who are smoking are the uptight ones.
That's
but
true. Mostly. Caligari does smoke as well, though.
uh,
It's kind of like how, if you like pass by an AA meeting, like everybody will be like outside smoking, like before the
Yeah.
meeting.
yeah, it's a busy addiction, is what it's
Yeah,
called.
like replacing one addiction with
Yeah.
another. And obviously, like the kind of like, I mean, I suppose it would be Freudian, like an oral fixation, they would probably call it. And that's
Absolutely.
probably how
Yeah,
cigarette
yeah.
smoking would be analyzed as some kind of like displaced sexual thing. So,
Yeah,
I,
because they don't express themselves sexually.
No,
Right.
no. There is a very nice little bit though towards the end where one nepo baby, nepo baby,
Nepo baby, Nepo baby, buggy bumpers.
Nepo
Yeah.
gub gabber gumby. One sucks on the cigarette and the other one exhales the smoke, which was a nice little
Yeah.
little gag they snuck in there. Now you can interpret it however you want, I guess, but
Yeah. Well,
funny.
they're a close pair. They're definitely on the same wavelength. Not like Van Houten and Eleanor, because
no.
Van Houten finds Eleanor basically just like splayed in front of the TV, like fantasizing, masturbating, watching. The TV's on with like there's like a woman tongue just like flicking. So you can definitely make the connection there. Like, I don't know, she saw something on TV that got her all worked up, as
Huh.
TV will do.
It's very
Yeah, yeah.
Videodrome.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true too.
We do get that scene later on where the door opens and there's that
It's that wall of flesh.
wall of flesh. Yes.
Of just like 3-lobed labia and a giant mouth and like sores and stitched up wounds.
with Skittles.
Yeah, and like an orifice that just kind of like barfs out pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
That might
Yeah.
be my favorite part because like I love that giant tongue prop. That is an
That
awesome
tongue is-
prop.
yeah. That is
Yeah,
an amazing puppet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eleanor is going crazy because her husband will not go down on her. I mean, there's a point too where in that same scene where Van Houten is portrayed without a mouth.
Oh yeah.
It's like he may not even have a tongue as far as she's
Oh.
concerned.
Shit, you know what? I'm convinced. I'm taking back what I said earlier about there being no thought behind what's happening in this film. This is getting more and more Freudian every second. It totally
Yeah.
this is about how eating pussy cures depression. like the Spencer's t-shirt says.
Yeah, you could do this on a double bill with Sinners.
Right, yeah. Very, very pro cunnilingus movie.
Yep.
Yeah, so the recurring tongue motifs. Yeah, Van Houten needs to go down on his wife. She's going crazy for lack of sexual fulfillment, and that is why she's brought back into Dr. Caligari's asylum for her to be cured in whatever way that is.
Yeah, and I don't know
Yeah.
if it's Dr. Caligari's intention to treat her as much as it is to basically just use her as further experimental fodder, because then that's when the brain juice starts getting.
Oh yeah,
Swapped
absolutely.
around.
Like Caligari is not a reliable caretaker in this situation because she's so fascinated with Eleanor's condition that she doesn't want to cure her. She wants to study her, and I'm
Yeah.
sure that there's some unethical psychologists in history that maybe acted along the same lines.
The portrayal of psychiatry in this movie, it's basically the way Scientologists see the field.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, it's they like giving you drugs and they never get rid of your thetans. That's how it works.
Yeah.
And
Points to
nowhere
like
to be
keep you
seen.
sick, man.
Yeah.
There's no money in the
Yeah.
cure.
plus, if you're like a psychologist or psychiatrist, you're gonna wear like a yellow Dick Tracy rain slicker with big metal boobs.
Like
I guess.
like a cast iron bra.
Yeah, outside of your clothes.
Yeah.
It's like something the chick from Missing Persons would wear.
Yeah, because those breasts are, very prominent, but they're also they aren't soft like a booby, but they're rather more imposing. They're threatening. So
They're
Make of
actual
that.
bolt-ons.
yeah. She's a cast iron bitch. How about that?
Good for her.
Yeah. But yeah, that is kind of the conundrum that Eleanor's in. And I mean, weirdly to his credit, Van Houten tries to get her back because he's like, oh, it was a mistake sending you here. You're doing unethical, outrageous stuff here. So it's him trying to get his wife back, but he makes the mistake of visiting the asylum, in which case he's kind of Alice in Wonderland at that point. Like he's through the looking glass. He's out of his depth because, to put it one way, the lunatics are running the asylum. Like he's the odd man out in this situation. These people are all crazy, and he is just like he's a white person in Watts at this point.
Man, and his reward for trying to help his wife is to be anally sexually assaulted.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was starting to fall asleep towards the end. So,
were you high?
I was maybe yes.
I knew it.
That's how I am now. But yeah, now this movie, there's like shades of Kobo Abe's Secret Rendezvous here, with like a guy trying to rescue his wife from an insane sex hospital. If you really think about it.
I've watched videos like that before, yeah.
Tale as old as time.
Though at the end, there's an interesting end to this film, because Eleanor and Dr. Caligari kind of do the old switcheroo and trade brains. It's they get hit by a car, and then an EMT mixes up the Caligari plasma with the Eleanor plasma, and they switch brains. And now Caligari is a patient, and Eleanor is the dominatrix psychologist, even wearing Caligari's wig, which actually was confusing because I'm a little face blind, so I was like, wait, what just happened? Why is Caligari different now? Oh, that's Eleanor. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
she has become fully self-actualized.
Well, and the other kind of weird thing about this ending, because the ending is, let's say, loose. I didn't find it particularly satisfying what happened with Van Houten, because when Caligari is switching everyone's brain fluids, that's when another patient gets Pratt's cannibalism, and so she just kind of chases Van Houten around until she ultimately catches him and ties him to a spit and barbecues him.
Well, that's Eleanor.
That's Eleanor.
Yes.
Okay. Well, yeah. I guess I'm the face-blind one.
She got the cannibalistic serial killer's brain fluid.
Okay.
I think it's a little confusing because because she gets that brain fluid, but then when you see her cooking him, she's wearing like what that the yellow chef hat and the yellow apron, like she's Peter Pepper from the video game, and she's only wearing that one bit, so it's easy to think it's a different character.
Yeah. Well, I guess identity is fleeting.
I am very confused when I see people change their clothes. I'm always like, who is that?
That is why I wear pretty much the same thing. I have 5 shirts. I don't want to confuse anyone.
Smart.
Yeah.
All of Renamon on them.
Right.
That's how you know he's a cool guy.
Yeah. Well, at least, thanks for explaining it. Now it makes more sense. I do, however, like the tableau that we were presented with, because it is Van Houten on the spit being like, help me, and then the other, and the woman kind of glassy-eyed, just like rotating the spit, but it looks like it is just pulled directly from like a haunted house. Yes. The way it is presented, it's like, open the door, it's like, cannibal, then you close the door, it's like, okay, on to the next one.
Behold the ravages of age.
Yeah. And then the darkest continent. Like it wouldn't be out of place if like he just like stood up out of like a giant cooking pot or something.
Like a New Yorker cartoon.
Right, yeah, exactly.
And then they say something very dry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that part stylistically is at least funny. But yeah, that's one of the endings. And the other thing too with Caligari, and yeah, like, you're right, because earlier we have, the woman who like goes to take a bath, except she gets her wrist slashed by I don't know, like a dead mouse in a pinstripe suit, and then
some kind of like it's got like the weird baby mask on.
Yeah, it's got like a baby mask, and then she's in the asylum, and then she sees a woman who looks a lot like her getting railed by the guy in the baby mask, and it's like, wait, is this the woman or is that the other woman? So. Yeah, no, I definitely see what you mean.
Yeah.
But then also at the end too, where it is the mind or the essence of Caligari imprisoning the patient, and she's like, well, how do you feel now? And she's like, this is what, just abject awfulness,
Misery.
And so you see that really she's just gone from one captor, which was her marriage to Van Houten, to another, which is the asylum. So she didn't get cured. She's now she's the prisoner of a madman.
Yeah, and then Reagan's just going to shut down all those places anyway, and they'll be out on the street.
Yeah, she'll be out in no time. Yeah,
bootstraps.
Right,
bootstrap yourself up. Yeah.
And yeah, like all of her other patients lean in to like make the point, because there's like that mumbling woman, there's the Asian woman, there's Pratt, and it's just like, you're stuck here. So it's a prison of a different sort, man.
It makes you think. Maybe the real prison is in your mind.
Maybe, yeah.
Dude.
I did like the scene though in the hallway with all the fucking and the weird baby man fucking it's probably one of the most unambiguously disturbing scenes in this film, because most of this movie is cut. The weirdness is cut with comedy. So even you're getting stuff like the eating sheep's feet and shit like that. But like the baby man fucking and the giant tongue are the two bits that are like, oh no, this is like actually a little bit.
This is a little much.
This is a little much. It's a little like, I'm waiting for the joke, but like it's not coming, and it's just kind of lingering to the point where it's getting awkward. And I think those are the big tells that even though this is, I think, there's a lot of comedy in this movie, though ultimately I don't think it is not intended as a comedy 100%. Though I'm sure that's how it was packaged, because when it got into, I'm sure when they sent it out to like video rentals, they were probably just like, what do we say about this? We'll just put it in comedy. It's a comedy, you know? They'll be like, Dr. Caligari's got the prescription for laughter.
It's, where do you put the Brechtian German expressionism? Oh, that's under comedy.
Yeah, that's where you usually put it, because it's like, let me tell you, Mother Courage, laugh a minute.
Yeah. Abstract black box social commentary. Oh, that's under comedy. Okay.
Kind of interesting thing about those scenes which Karella mentioned, which verge on genuine horror and less on like horror comedy, and more so in the early parts of the film, there are some kind of interesting like soundscapes, which are, it sounds pretentious to say, but like are almost Lynchian.
Yeah, because that's a good call.
Yeah, like they're just a ton of sounds mixed together. Kind of like low and rumbling, just intended to make you feel like incredibly uneasy. They sound cool as hell. The music in this is by Mitchell Froom of Crowded House.
It has to only use the references that I understand, it reminds me a lot of The Knife, but a decade earlier.
Yeah. That's a good comparison.
Yeah, that fits. And yeah, like you're right about the sound too. Like the knife sound of whenever it cuts something is like a passing jet. Which is it's a really intense sound to swap out for that.
Oh yeah, and I forgot we also get some nice like cake monster shit, where gore cakes in this.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, after Caligari doses Van Houten.
Yeah.
She cuts into a cake and it's gore inside.
Doing some real MK Ultra shit in this movie.
Yeah,
because there are references to the CIA as well.
That's true. Yeah, that was a little confusing, because like the Caligari Insane Asylum, they call it the CIA. So half the time when she's answering the phone, I thought she was talking to someone from the CIA, but it's like, oh no, she's referring to herself. But that is another layer. That's interesting. All these psychological experiments. Who's really doing them?
I can't believe that you were confused by this movie.
Well, I'm very stupid is the problem.
I was high at the time, whatever.
Here's the thing.
That's why we have you on, to make us look smarter.
You have to understand, I was high at the time, and also, high on being stupid as well.
Yeah. I was very stupid at the time.
I was very stupid at the time. I was like, I was watching this movie, and I was like, I like movies.
Well, like I always say, dare to be stupid.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
This movie did have big like Weird Al music video energy.
Yeah, it's kind of like a dirty Weird Al video in some ways.
Like a normal Al.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Normal Al would be putting his, wife in an insane asylum because normal Al doesn't fuck her enough.
Sleep with an
Weird
eye
Al
open
fucks
around
though,
normal
I bet.
Al. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would never catch Weird Al putting his wife away because she was too horny.
No,
Yeah.
Weird Al 100% eats pussy. I mean, you look at that guy and it's just like, this is a man who knows how to eat pussy.
So Van Houten is out of his element when he's in the asylum, and it's sort of like, you're in my world now, bitch. Like that is the point where even in the first scene where he's locked in, that's where his wife sodomizes him with a pseudophallus that has replaced her arm. And
that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's like taking a wrong turn and ending up on Folsom Street, where it's just like, oh man, I got to get out of here. I'm not in Kansas anymore.
Oh God, there's the piss pool.
Oh yeah. Oh no, not the piss pool. That's so terrible.
Yeah.
I do like her weird arm where it's like it's like Tetsu the Iron Man, but what if he was made out of flesh, like a normal guy, I guess.
A man made out of flesh? That's monstrous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't a guy have a normal pseudophallus?
Right. Yeah.
Like just make it a big dick. You don't have to go crazy. You don't have to go all cyberpunk or artificial.
Just a normal giant penis arm.
Yeah, just a touch of Cronenberg.
Yeah. Not too much. Not too much. You don't want to overdo it. Like a little bit of Cronenberg. But yeah, no, she uses her big weird pseudophallus to fuck him because that's what happens when you don't eat pussy. You know?
Yeah, and it might be another thing too. If I were to speculate further, it might be that he wanted like a nymphomaniac wife, because hey, who wouldn't? But the thing that he didn't count on is he got like a sexually dominant nymphomaniac wife, and it's like, oh, she's the man.
Yeah, she's the man.
Yeah, so that's, her sodomizing him. It's like, no, I want to do all the really weird shit that you are not comfortable with. It's like, I wanted a vanilla nymphomaniac. What the hell?
Yeah, because demanding
Caligari,
orgasms demanding orgasms is normally the provenance of men. So for a woman to do the same is extremely disquieting.
It's
is
unheard of.
weird.
It doesn't even make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even understand it. Yeah. It's so weird. That's so weird. That's funny. This is not related to Caligari. Sort of related to this bit of conversation. Okay. I just got followed on Blue Sky by some account called Evolving Your Man. Thoughts on strong women and loving female authority in a modern marriage. And I was like, what is this? I was like,
I dress up like a lady because I want to, not because of my wife telling me to.
That's right. I don't let no woman tell me what to do.
This has got to be
putting
something
on your
like
nylons.
You know how Wonder Woman was written by a guy who genuinely believed in female supremacy, he thought the world should be run by women and that there could also be rope bondage as part of that.
That's the
it's got to be something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I looked into this and I was like, what is this thing? And it's a person who has self-published a book about a better marriage would be having the woman in charge. Also, here's all my cuckold porn. And I was like, oh, I understand now. Now it all makes sense.
Well, my unbiased perspective, yes.
Yeah.
Whoever runs the account, obviously, I don't know how, but they saw your marriage and they're like, this is someone who understands the kind of dynamic we're looking for.
I don't let my wife tell me what to do. I'm in charge around here.
That's what she lets you think.
Well, she's out of the house, so I can say it.
Oh no, here she comes with the rolling pin.
Oh no!
Gonna chase you around the table.
Haha, spousal abuse, so funny.
Oh, this is misandry.
Yeah, I can't believe that your wife would do that to you.
Yeah.
Rape you with a pseudo penis.
And he doesn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah, he does not like it. Mr.
No.
Van Houten does not like getting fucked by the big pseudo penis.
Yeah.
But that's the Caligari Insane Asylum. Anyway, does anyone get cured in this? I don't remember.
Look, we aren't about curing patients. We're about pushing the envelope here at the CIA.
Well, I would say
Well,
that
you know how it is. You keep them. You don't cure them. You keep them around so you can bilk the insurance. That's where there's no
exactly.
money to cure. You know,
Yep.
do your own research.
oh wow, this movie is powerfully political. But I would say that at the end, like Dr. Caligari is in. I was gonna say she's sort of neutralized, but also like kind of not. Like she's just kind of moved on to a new body.
I mean, that is
There's
similar
your Cronenberg
to,
horror right there.
if you think
Yeah.
about it, the ending to the original Caligari movie, where it is because in the original Caligari movie, Dr. Caligari is a director of an insane asylum who becomes obsessed with the writings of of the original Dr. Caligari and assumes the identity of that. So it's kind of like it's German expressionism has this thing with doubles and mind swapping. It happens in the Dr. Mabuse series as well of German expressionist films. I'm assuming they're expressionists because they're from that time period.
Well, they're all filed under comedy, so
Yeah,
fine.
you know, they're very funny. Laugh a minute, laugh riots, laugh a minute.
They are perfect exemplars of German comedy.
Yeah, you know,
Just like the TV show Sprockets.
oh yeah, you know have you ever seen the all-time number one grossing German comedy Go Trabi Go, followed by the second all-time grossing comedy Help My Wife Is a Thief?
Maybe you got to be German.
I mean, it's in the original German. It's pretty funny.
Right, yeah.
It sounds like you're pitching future episodes.
I'm not. Well, oh, you can do it without me because I am not watching German comedies.
Fair enough. But you were saying about the connection to the original Caligari.
Oh, so in this one you can see that's kind of a similar thing where Caligari has. It's not the original Caligari is been subdued and yet her brain endures because she's also trying to get the brain of the original of her grandfather and stick it in her head. I think
Right.
at one point, but she doesn't get around to it because then Mrs. Manhattan fucks it up.
Right.
Dames.
Yeah.
I mean, can't live with them.
Can't bring them to orgasm.
Yeah. Well, you know, I don't have that problem.
Can't/won't, whatever.
Well, you know what they say? They say a man can either understand cars or bring a woman to orgasm. You can't do both.
Or in some cases, neither.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a lot of the DNA of the original Caligari in this. There's a
Fluid
point
anyway.
Huh?
Fluid anyway.
Yeah, we got a lot of the fluids in there. Let's see. Yeah, Dr. Caligari inserts a drill into her own forehead. So, you know, there's a little bit of that in Pi. You know, we have
Oh my
identities.
God, that's where he stole it from. Like how
Yeah.
he stole Perfect Blue and made it into Black Swan.
Whoa.
God, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, it is a horrific film with a lot of goofy performances and bright pastel colors. If I were to sort of mutate a quote from Planet of the Apes, it's a fun house, a fun house.
It is fun. This
Yeah.
is a fun movie. You don't need to understand it, but I think it's to be experienced.
Yeah, every little bit of it is interesting on its own, even if together you're just like, what did I just see? What did I watch?
Yeah, just just let it wash over you like I don't know, spattered drops of a warm fluid.
I don't know. Just lie back and think of England.
Right.
Think of the Queen.
Yeah.
And this is available both on AMC Plus and Shudder currently. And I know that Shudder also has this and the original Dr. Caligari, so you can compare and contrast.
This
And
one's
Yeah,
better.
but-
It's in color.
A lot
it
less
looks-
tits in the first one.
Yeah.
it looks great.
Yeah, and it's
Like-
it's very much style over sense, and I don't even mean over substance, just making sense at all.
But sometimes you want like a big slab of aesthetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vibe.
Yeah.
The vibe is perfect in this one.
Yeah, vibes
Also,
dripping all over the place.
I don't know how true this is. I have heard rumors that this, as well as Cafe Flesh and Night Dreams, especially, were intended to be porno movies. Like they were financed by like a porno movie maker. But they decided like, well, if we make it artsy, we can like turn it into a real movie. They basically were doing the Boogie Nights thing where they're like, it's a real movie.
It's a real
now.
movie, Jack. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how true that actually is though, but that is what I've been told.
Well, you said it, so it's true now.
It is true that the executive producer on Dr. Caligari was the head of like an adult film company, so there's probably at least a grain of truth to that.
So this is actually a big budget movie for him. I mean, you know, you got your lights, you got your film, you got your sets.
Yeah.
Before you know it, you turn around and you spend $20,000-$30,000 making a picture.
Well, I saw in an LA Times article that the director sank, in their words, $750,000 of his own money into this, which is...
I can't imagine just having $750,000 just like sitting in a pile somewhere.
Yeah, like that. I mean, obviously, and it's funny because like by movie standards, that's like micro budget shit. But like,
but in terms of personal wealth,
yeah, especially as an artist,
yeah,
like
yeah,
the artist famous for having tons of money all the time.
That
is a.
I mean, you don't
change.
have to work because of this podcast.
That's true. Yeah. That's the only reason why I don't work.
Well, yeah. Why else wouldn't you? Is it because you're lazy?
Well, please, Mike.
That's another word for it. Yeah.
It's lazy American. It's an identity. You coined this.
That's right. I didn't know growth.
Well, is there anything left to say about 1989's Dr. Caligari?
If I can quote the movie, excitement is the essence of life. When it's over, you're dead.
That's so true. That is so true.
That's true from any college poet.
Yes. It's good. Go watch it. You won't be disappointed. You won't understand it, but like it's a feast for the eyes, and it's good fun. It's wacky. It's got all the crazy stuff. Then yeah.
Let's be real. If you listen to the show on a regular basis, this is exactly the kind of shit that you will love.
If you want to have a feeling that you aren't sure if it's arousal or nausea, I'd say Dr. Caligari is just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah. Hey! Oh, hey, that's a good one.
Now to go suck on a big tongue.
Thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, you can show your support by going to patreon.com/haveyouseenthis and make a pledge at the $2 or $5 tier. $5 a month gets the latest episode before everyone else, plus access to our Discord where we're always arguing about movies. If you'd like to give us a tip, our Ko-Fi link is in the show notes. Bita Karella, of course, unique in that she writes more books than she reads.
True. That is accurate. And I've wrote one book.
Damn, we finally met someone who reads less than Tim and I do.